Bungie has announced some big Crucible changes that are coming in their This Week in Destiny article. We're going to do a complete breakdown of everything on top of some nice juicy details about that new game mode that's coming out, Onslaught. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you're excited for that. First up, we have the Destiny 2 Into the Light livestream recap that they're covering, which is basically the video that they showed where they showed all the gameplay from it and what it's going to look like. And so now they're going to actually have an explanation of everything here. Slay enemies, earn resources, build defenses, and sabotage pyramid ships. Personally, I think that a horde mode in Destiny 2 is actually really epic. I just think that maybe the cap of 50 levels would be nice if that was removed and you could just go higher and higher and higher. And as you get up to those really high levels, it just gets super crazy. Even though, I don't know, it'd have to be like some crazy bosses up there or something, right? I don't want to just fight like 50 champions on a level, right? Defend against enemy waves. We got to begin Onslaught. You'll be dropped into a map and tasked with defending one of 3 locations. Your mission is to defend the ADU, which is the Advanced Defense Unit, from attacking enemy waves, and make your way into the pyramid ship to defeat the boss on board. If at any point your ADU is destroyed, your match will end. And then we have defending each location consists of 10 total waves. The first 9 waves will be divided into 3 wave rounds, with the wave rounds in each round ramping up in difficulty. And we did see there were stuff like champions thrown in there and some kind of like mini boss style stuff, you know. It would be fun to see if they threw like just straight up a Crota in there, or just Atheon walks around the corner. That'd be pretty wild. I doubt we'll see anything like that, but that's the type of horde mode I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of a Destiny 2 horde mode. Most of these waves will be focused on defending your ADU, but you also have a chance to go on the offensive and take the Witnesses forces on the pyramid ship. After each round ends, you'll get a short breather before the wave difficulty is reset and the next round begins. Once you've completed 9 waves, you'll move to the 10th wave, where you'll board the pyramid ship and take on the boss. After you defeat one of many possible bosses, a chest will drop and you can claim your well-earned rewards. So there it is. That's what we were looking for. We wanted to see what would happen after that 9th wave, what the 10th wave would look like. They didn't show us that during the live stream, but now they're giving us a little hint that, you know, things are about to get shaken up a little bit towards the end there. It's not just clear ads infinitely for a half an hour and then collect your loot. So should be hopefully some unique, some dynamic bosses, and kind of looking forward to seeing what that looks like and all the different ones they have, because apparently there's many possible bosses, which is actually pretty cool. Purchase and upgrade defenses. We've got defeating enemies will allow you to collect scraps, which you can use to purchase and upgrade your defenses. These defensive units, such as trip mines, decoys, and turrets, will be placed around the defending area and auto-track or take damage from incoming enemy waves. The defensive units will have 3 levels, and upgrading them will increase their effectiveness, but be careful. If you've upgraded your defensive unit is destroyed, it will need to be repurchased and re-leveled. Building a stout defense with the appropriate upgrades is critical to ensuring your success. I like that. It seems like it's a nice setup for how this game mode would work. We got ADU batteries during your defense. Be on the lookout for ADU batteries that can drop from saboteurs and other special units. If your ADU has taken a beating, gather the batteries that will help you repair some health to your ADU and get it back in working order. You also earn some scrap every time you use the ADU battery, and using a battery on the ADU with full health will earn 3 times the scrap. Okay. Sounds good. So if just in case your ADU does get destroyed a little bit by some of the enemies, there's ways to charge it back up again. We got complete bonus objectives here, which is throughout your defense, you'll have the opportunity to complete bonus objectives. They often force a different style of play and at times require you to venture further into the battlefield and away from your defenses. They present a risk, but if you complete them during the wave, when they activate, you'll earn valuable heavy ammo to help with your defense. Got it. Then we have completing your defense. Once you've successfully defended your location and defeated the boss, you'll continue to battle as you move to a new location to defend. Every 10 waves, the difficulty of all the enemies will increase, similar to the way the difficulty ramps. Continued runs in the coil, like similarly to the coil. Got it. The ritual playlist version of Onslaught will have you battling through 10 waves to defend a single location, while the standard and legend versions will feature 50 total waves across a total of 3 locations. Additionally, the legend version will have everything you've come to expect with the more challenging difficulty modes, including champions and weekly modifiers. Okay, we'll see what happens with the weekly modifiers. There'll probably be some crazy ones, blackout and stuff. More to come. We have Grounded would be a terrible one, right? We look forward to unleashing Onslaught with Destiny 2 into the light. We have more to share as we approach the release date, and they're going to be doing another stream of it. So they're doing 3 streams in total. So that's going to be March 26th. And remember, if you watch, you can actually earn this emblem. And they said that they're going to let the live stream run long enough to make sure that everyone can get the emblem this time, because that was a problem that some people had. They didn't quite watch for long enough. So be mindful of that. And this time they're going to be talking about Brave Arsenal weapons. Very interesting. Looking forward to seeing the loot and the weapons that you get from doing this activity. A new social space, which actually is pretty crazy. We'll see what happens if some of those rumors of the D1 tower are true, or if they're saving that for the final shape. Then we have Destiny 1, Inspired Armor and more. Interesting. In addition to the previews, you'll have the chance to earn some sweet emblems just for watching. Like they mentioned, if you watch for 30 minutes, you get this one. If you watch for the hour, I believe you get this one. So just watch the streams and should be able to get those. PvP Strike Team weapons and sandbox update. So this is where things get a bit spicy. The PvP Strike Team has been monitoring the stats for all the weapons in the Crucible sandbox right now, and they're going to be making some adjustments to try and help balance things out a little bit. It's been an auto rifle meta ever since update 7.3.5 went live, and so now they're cooking up 7.3.6. And here's what they're going to do for auto rifles. They're going to have precisions decrease that base damage by 5%. So they're going to be nerfing auto rifles just a little bit. Hand cannons increase the base damage by 6% for precisions. Adaptives increase body shot damage by 1% and crit damage by 4%. This will give adaptive hand cannons a more forgiving range cushion. There you go. And explosive payload from killing in 3 kits. Okay, so they're adjusting for explosive payload as well. Pulse rifles are getting a buff across the board, so be mindful of that. It's a very small buff, very minor buff, so I don't think we'll see necessarily a pulse rifle meta, but just nerfing those auto rifles a little bit and maybe buffing those hand cannons to level the playing field. Scout rifles, the rapid fires, are increasing their base damage by 2%, those 260 RPM bullet hose style. And then bows, lightweights, they're increasing the base damage by 6%, and Wishender and Lamonarch are not affected by this. So a small buff to bows. Not particularly enthused about that, but at least the 2 OP exotic bows aren't getting buffed along with that. We have exotic weapons, Sunshot increased critical hit damage against players in Crucible by 11% to allow it to kill in 3 crits. That's a good change there. The last word, increased base damage by 6% to allow it to kill in 3 crits. The 3 crit last word is going to be back on the menu. It's going to be pretty spicy there. We've got general changes, flinch in the new sandbox with the increased resilience on critical hits, or increased reliance on critical hits. Being flinched off target when using your primary weapons feels especially punishing, so we're taking steps to address that issue. Reduced flinch taken by all primary weapons by 15%. Now that is a really interesting change. Obviously now you need to be much more precise if you want to win those gunfights in PvP, but flinch was throwing people off quite a bit. So now they're reducing that. So this should actually increase that skill ceiling a little bit more. You should be able to hit those consecutive headshots on people, especially when your aim isn't just flinching everywhere because you're getting sprayed by auto rifles or hand cannons or whatever it may be. Stuff with explosive payload, time payload, stuff like that. So all good changes in my opinion. Excited to see what the PvP sandbox will look like after that. Might have to actually jump in and play some PvP. Then they talk about the Ghostbusters collaboration that they're doing. Ghosts are getting pretty weird these days, right? They literally have a Ghostbusters ghost that's looking pretty wild these days. I like it though. I like the creativity that they're doing with this stuff. Guardian Games All-Star Standings. Hunters have 7 gold. Warlocks in dead last place. And Titans with 7. Let's go. Come on, Titans. We can bring this back. Warlocks have the most silver medals of every class. 10. We got the Bungie bounty that they're working on if you want to be a part of that. We got the Guardian Games Cup here. This is for the charity stuff. All good cause. 20% off silver if you want to throw some more money into Bungie's pocket. You got that there. If you want to get some of those spicy Eververse items you've been looking for, you get 20% off through the week through April 2nd. So be mindful of that. That's the time to buy silver. I don't know if I've ever seen a 20% off silver. So I don't think we've ever had that ever before. Player support report. We've got the Passage of Persistence getting fixed. Twitch drops. There's an article to help you set up your Twitch drops to make sure that you actually get that stuff set up for you. And then claim your event card items for your Guardian Games stuff. Make sure you grab your stuff. And then there's a small list of known issues as per usual. But that's a wrap on this week's TWID. We've got the Artist of the Week stuff. And it looks like some good Crucible changes. And you know, I'm gonna reserve some judgment on Onslaught until we see what the loot looks like and we see what the later levels look like. I don't want to roast it too much, but the first live stream I wasn't extremely impressed by. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to stay up to date on all the news in Destiny 2. Smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Later.